Well, hello, my valued listeners, and welcome back to another episode of Living in Your Power. I'm your host, Dr. Marleen Greenleaf. And yes, we are deep into Women's History Month, and our theme, Women Who Rise, Strength, Leadership, and Empowerment, is truly coming to life. Now, later this month, I promise I'll be bringing on some incredible guests, but today, I want to continue our focus on women leaders, women who are shaping our world today, particularly on the political forefront. We'll talk about women like Jasmine Crockett, who is standing boldly in the fight to protect our constitutional rights, freedoms, and democracy, and why strong leadership requires self-care, and a personal reminder to our women leaders to pause, breathe, and protect their own well-being. So let's get into it. Leadership in today's world requires more than intelligence or experience. It requires courage. And one woman who has been leading with boldness and passion is Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. She, alongside other strong women leaders, is standing on the front line of the fight to protect our democracy, constitutional rights, and freedoms. In a time where the vision is strong and truth is often distorted, she is showing us what it means to lead with resilience, purpose, and an unapologetic commitment to justice. And she's not alone. We are seeing more women stepping into political roles, policy advocacy, and decision-making spaces, pushing for equity, justice, and real change. But here's the truth. This is exhausting. Women leaders, whether in politics, business, or community work, are often expected to be twice as strong, twice as perfect, and twice as prepared. And the pressure is real. So as we celebrate women like Jasmine Crockett, who's fighting for us, we must also talk about what it means to lead while taking care of yourself. Now, one thing I've seen and personally experienced is how easy it is for women in leadership to pour out everything and leave nothing for themselves. If you are a woman leader, I need you to hear this. You cannot lead effectively if you are running on empty. You cannot empower others if you are burned out. And you cannot show up fully if you never take time to rest. And let me be real. I've had to learn this the hard way. As a leader, coach, and business owner, I used to believe that if I wasn't constantly working, I was falling behind. But recently, I've been more intentional about taking care of myself, setting boundaries, resting, and making space for joy. And I want to encourage every woman leader today to do the same. Now, here are a few things I've learned about leading with strength without sacrificing self-care. You need to pause before burnout hits. So if you're waiting until you break to take a break, it's too late. Build in time for rest before exhaustion takes over. So I'm going to say that again. If you're waiting until you break to take a break, it's too late. So you must build in time for rest before exhaustion takes over. Next, set boundaries. Say no to things that drain you. You do not have to be everything to everyone. And you don't need to explain no. No is a complete sentence. So please say no to things that drain you. You need to create space for stillness. Whether it's prayer, journaling, meditation, or quiet time, just allow yourself time to be present with your own thoughts. And again, I keep saying this over and over again, you have to celebrate your own wins. We often share for others, but we tend to forget ourselves. So women leaders, take time to acknowledge your growth, achievements, and impact. Because women who rise also need to rest. So today we've talked about women who are rising in leadership, standing boldly, and shaping the world. And here's what I want you to take away from this episode, if nothing else. I want you to know that women like Jasmine Crockett are proving that leadership is about courage, conviction, and standing for what is right. Women in leadership need to take care of themselves. We cannot keep leading at the expense of our well-being. And self-care is not selfish. It's a requirement. So rest, recharge, and prioritize yourself as much as you prioritize the work that you do. So here's your challenge for the week. I want you to continue to celebrate a woman in leadership by sending a message, a thank you, or a shout out to a woman making an impact. Choose one act of self-care this week. Something just for you. Just for you. You don't need to have your friends, your girlfriends, or your family with you. Choose one act of self-care that's something just for you. And your final challenge is to stay informed. Support and follow the work of women fighting for justice and equality. I want to thank you for joining me today. And remember, live boldly in your power. And if it gets tough, just breathe. You still got the strength to rise. So until next time, dear listeners, stay strong, stay rested, and keep leading with purpose. Continue to live in your power.